how certain are you that this video of the car driving away from David's mansion is the last time it drove and ended up at the spot where it was abandoned, likely with that body inside?
I'm certain. Listen, I can't say 100% because there's not a camera trained on that Tesla once it's parked. Continuously that I've seen. I mean, there likely is a camera, but I've seen the car driven to that spot, and with the dates, with the date that it was, and they left town right after that. I'm certain that is the last time the car was driven. It was put there with her, in the front trunk.
And there's one weird detail about what you could, well, there's a lot of weird details, and I'm going to get to what you saw through the driver's side window in a second, but there was an air freshener that was found in the car at this point that we see on our screen, where it was abandoned. Was that air freshener also hanging from the rear view mirror when it drove off from David's house?
It wasn't, but the window was half to 3/4 of the way down, which is odd because it was a very short drive, and also at that on that day, this is the very end of July 29th. It was like 78 degrees at that time in the morning, or 77 degrees, and if it was on the street where the house is, so it's shaded by the house. So if you're going, I don't know why the window would be rolled down unless there's something offensive there, and then all of a sudden. One of the first things that I picked up on when the news first broke about her being found in there, where they were towing the car away from the impound lot to LAPD, was why on a $104,000 car is there a Christmas tree air freshener hanging from the mirror? It seemed kind of odd to me, but I guess maybe they thought that would help, mask it for when they had to move the car again.
If there was that smell at that time, because again, we have no idea when Celeste started decomposing in that trunk. We don't know if she'd been decomposing in the trunk for a long time before it ended up being, the car ended up being abandoned. But talk to me about the date of this video, July 29th, and talk to me about what you saw. What did you see in terms of the identity of the person driving through that open window?
So it's very clearly that Tesla, one, because the Tesla has that tape on the rear spoiler for whatever reason. I don't know why it's there. And also, it was just like it is in that picture. It was that dirty, except you could tell that they had run the windshield wiper like once to clear the dirt away so they could see. And it comes very close to the camera, although there is some motion blur, but you can see the person and you can see what they're wearing, something pretty distinctive. And there's photos that I have from 12 hours earlier, a person at the house wearing the same thing.
And I know that the viewers right now are screaming at the TV set saying, Ashley, ask him who it was.
I mean, I honestly wish I could tell you. I don't want to, I don't want to interfere with LAPD on that. And I think that's coming because we know a crime was committed 100%. Somebody concealed her body.
Tell me about the tow report that you were able to obtain and some of the information that you learned from the report.
So, it was first called in by a neighbor on the 26th, and the only note that was on it was when they asked for any identifying information besides the license plate, they noted that there was a large dent in the back, and, it was curious that there wasn't an odor mentioned. Now, that doesn't absolutely mean that in the conversation with the agent, they didn't mention that and it just didn't get reported. But, in LA, a traffic officer has to come out at least 3 times before they can tow it on 3 different days. They have to chalk the tires, make sure it hasn't moved, because it is legal to park on that street. So, as far as what was gathered from that, it was nothing regarding the smell or anything, but for it to get towed from that area, considering there is no parking restrictions, it had to be there quite a while, I think.
Well, let's talk about that, because not only did you get your hands on the towing report with all the information it yielded, but you also knocked on some doors and you found some of the neighbors who indeed knew about that car and knew how long it had been there. What did they tell you?
I talked to someone that, nobody wanted to be on the record, but they said that they believe they're certain the car was there more than a month. There was somebody else that said that the car had moved around a couple different times, but that's going back as far as May. It had been moving around. And, from those photos actually were embedded with the ticket that was taken. So when they provided the ticket on the 3rd, they give images, in case it goes to court and they can back it up. They're really high-res images. I could really zoom into them. And, that dirt is caked on that car. So I think that car got dumped a lot earlier than a lot of us think.
So here are the things that's happened today. Actually, a lot has happened today. So first of all, his American tour is canceled. Done. He's not doing any more dates here in America. He still has dates on the books in Europe, but 2 of them in France have been canceled. And it's probably not likely that he's going to continue the tour in Europe either, because if he's under investigation for a homicide, he'll probably not be allowed to leave the country. If he's arrested, certainly won't be allowed to leave the country. Also, some streaming video has surfaced of him and Celeste together. Doesn't show a romantic relationship, but it certainly shows them together. So the connection is definitely there. Then some Discord messages surfaced, and TMZ's been doing some amazing coverage of it. But the Discord messages are disturbing because David kind of shows that he has like a fix on gore. He really likes gore. We all know what happened to Celeste. She was mutilated, dismembered, and put in the trunk of a Tesla where she decomposed so badly that it was hard to identify her. Also in the Discord messages, some texts again that have surfaced from Celeste, apparently to David, saying, "I'm so mad at my parents. They won't let me come out and see you perform." And David responds, "Don't worry, I'll fix it." Again, not confirmed that these are their texts, but this is reporting that has now come out. TMZ has been at the lead of doing a lot of this reporting. His last Instagram, this is really upsetting, was September 7th. And it was a promotion, right? To say, my re-release of a special version of Withered, his album that dropped last spring, is coming out like today. That was her birthday. That was her 15th birthday, which she more than likely did not make it because she was so badly decomposed when they found her the day after her birthday. She'd been in that trunk for quite some time. But it's so disturbing to think that his Insta post was on her birthday. By the way, speaking of that date, release date, yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. In fact, his label has halted the release and a lot of the promotions for David. And then there's the Grammy Museum. He was supposed to appear at an event on Wednesday, I think it's the 24th of September, and the website just quietly disappeared it. And it was a popular event. There was only wait list tickets available, right? He'd sold out, and the wait list is gone, and he's gone, no mention of it, and TMZ says the Grammy Museum isn't answering any questions. But stay effing tuned, because this story just gets crazier. But I said it before, I'm gonna say it again. I think there's gonna be an arrest. Whether it's David or someone close to him, I think there's going to be an arrest.
Yeah, that's it, water. That's it, water. That's it, water. That's it, water. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
W's in the chat, man.
I media trained you. That's controversial.
It's controversial of raping kids. No, I need to.
Really good.
Okay,
It's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my! Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes. Everything. No! Wait.
Oh, look at it. Answer that one. That's so mean of you.
This one. Bro, thank you, Mitch.
I gotta stop with him if you even. We need to delete him.
Maz, can you delete all bots?
Oh my God, I am back in the pool area. It's a Holiday Inn Express, it's not my house. New video I gotta tell you about. This unbelievable story a teacher is telling to the classroom as sort of a cautionary tale about the perils of social media, and recounting this entire story about one of his former pupils named Celeste, how she was dating a singer named David and how she disappeared, and then how her remains showed up in this vehicle, and it's batshit crazy.
That's her in my classroom in front of this poster right here. Okay, hold up, I got another one because I got a picture on TMZ of this other kid exchanging stuff with the rapper who we alleged did this stuff. Hold on a second, because he's also in my classroom.
How long ago was this?
We all just found out yesterday who it was, but she's been missing since I taught her. So when I taught her, she met this dude on social media. He was a rapper in LA. He came and got her. She ran away from home. She was gone for like a month. The cops found her in Hollywood, brought her back to our school. She came back to our school, kind of told people this story.
Charles, this story seems to really be getting legs. What happened today with the house where David had been staying? Tell me about that.
Yeah, this house where David had been staying at least earlier this year, probably even further back. Police had a search warrant. They got a search warrant, and they finally went through the house last night. We got some information about what they were looking for there. We know that there were photos of detectives leaving the house with a computer and then several other bags of evidence bags. We don't know exactly what they pulled out of there. We know what they were looking for, and it is very clear that they are trying to connect the victim, Celeste Rivas Hernandez, to that home, and obviously to David also. We should say the home is about a block and a half away from where David's Tesla was parked when it was towed to an impound yard.
Okay, that's important. The proximity between this home that was investigated and searched and where the Tesla was found. That's key. I have seen reporting that neighbors had seen a Tesla parked outside that home.
Yeah, that very Tesla. We've spoken to several neighbors who said that the Tesla with the Texas plates, which is what makes it stand out here in LA, a black Tesla with those Texas plates. You know, it was registered to David, who is from the Houston area. So we know that that Tesla is his. The thing that's still not clear is who was actually driving the Tesla when the body was placed in the car, who parked it where it was eventually found and impounded. Those are the dots that still need to be connected here. But as for this house, it's very clear that this is where David was staying. There are lots of photos that he posted from that home. He entertained people there. Benny Blanco came over and he posted some photos with him. The group Cat's Eye was there. They recorded a video with David, like a TikTok video with David in that house. So this is where he apparently was staying and clearly entertaining friends and, posting content from that home. So the one thing we have not seen is a video of Celeste or photos of Celeste in that house. Now, other photos have surfaced showing
she disappeared again in May of that year, May of 2024. That's when her friends told me what happened, that it was this rapper, and then I found out yesterday that she's now dead in that rapper's car, cut into pieces. You want to know how they met? I feel like I just said it. Social media.
I'll love you from the after. I love you.